The Palmetto Bowl has had its moments over the years, from ranked matchups, massive upsets, even a fight or two. It's a rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Death Valley, Clemson Memorial Stadium. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Death Valley. The tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
All right, Holly. And the Gamecocks headed for the ball, and we are ready for action. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. Johnson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Second down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. Left side, Wesco makes the grab. Speeding down the right side. And he scores! Touchdown, Clemson! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Harbor. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, South Carolina. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Breaks into the open. The 50. Running free. Getting this offense going. Stopped him at the 38 after the huge gain.
time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The game, originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday, was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos. A silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state, and bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He has stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. There he goes. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Just ran him over. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Grabbed behind the line. It's Sellers. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Running inside. It's McAllister. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing, Sellers. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Now, after the interception, there is a man who's still down on the field. Final game of the regular season, and you just hope this is not serious. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. These teams putting up some early points, and now they have it back up 10-7. Motion from the back. Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. He'll pull it down. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Turns into the pile. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The Tigers are marching down the field. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Pulls it in, it's Davidson. At the 35, he's got room. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Swamped immediately.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Out wide right, it's Moore. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The run inside. It's Fuller. And a short gain here in the 1st quarter will come to a close. They largely dominated the 1st quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Sellers. Out wide left, it's Harbor. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sets his feet, it's Sellers. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth. Some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop them on third down. Sellers through the noise. Keeps the play. And down he goes. The defense making a huge play, but there are penalty markers out. Let's sort it out. Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Pulls it, looking for a crease. Turning it on.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Quickly out to the tight end. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Wide receiver going in motion. Pulls it. Keeps it on the option. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Now here's Sellers. Stepping to the right. Makes the grab. And he got it oh so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be fourth down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
Fourth down, Sellers. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted a fourth down to keep the drive going. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And I got to know on offense, right? When I get in this situation down near the goal line, I got to get physical, finish my run forward, not start dancing around, going all over the place and losing yards. That's just bad offense.
Sellers to the air again. Looking to get it in. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Gamecocks. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits them in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. It's complete on the right side. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
You know, Clemson football is at its best when they've got that guy at the helm that can be a playmaker. And Cade Klubnik had some of those flashes, right? Like going to the college football playoff the year before. But Clemson returning back to humanity a year ago. Not a good season for them. And Jesse, they didn't go out and get the five-star commit in the portal. They didn't go out and pay a lot of money. They believe in developing it through high school and the guys they brought in.
Is it the guy, though? Because you mentioned it, David, and you're so right. When they had Deshaun Watson or they had Trevor Lawrence, they were the guy. They were the guy that took this offense, took this entire team to a national championship caliber level. They were true alphas at the quarterback position, and now we're going to find out if this new guy is the guy.
Second down to the air. Right side, it's Davidson. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew where they were going with the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't give up a touchdown to that guy. Nice job by the defense.
Third and long right here. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Right on target this time. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And they saved the touchdown, getting him out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Handoff again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. To the air, it's Denson. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! try the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So a drive there of 84 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Sellers to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. The Gamecocks spin the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Still looking. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Fires immediately. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Again, it's Sellers. Wide out trying to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The Gamecocks take a timeout. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throwing, Sellers. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And he's not going to take the touchback. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We start with UCF taking on the number 8 team, the Duke Blue.
And he doesn't field it cleanly. It's loose. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Sellers. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Back's against the wall. He'll let it fly again. Out wide right, it's Sellers. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 14, and that's the way you find some room to operate.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The offense lines up at its own 14-yard line. First down. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. And wings it incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Straight ahead, it's Fuller. Brought down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Sellers from the gun on third down. Escapes the pressure going right. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Left side is Sellers. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going with the counter play here. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
They showed this run in the first half, right? You saw it. They loaded up on this side, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Pull some guys, run the counter the other direction to keep the defense off balance.
Here's Sellers to throw. Looking down the middle. Hauls it in. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get in an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Long way to go on second down. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Throwing, Sellers. Rushes on. Out wide left, it's Hunt. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
Plows his way ahead. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Makes a catch, 1st down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown Gamecocks! They take the lead with the 6.
As quarterbacks, you want to find your best matchup in these critical 4th downs. He found it and took a shot, and it paid off. Huge touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. From deep, it's Johnson. Makes a move. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Sellers. Look out. Just gets rid of that one.
I'll tell you what, it's so nice to speed that clock up with the quarterback. Hit him early, hit him often. Those shots start to add up. That thing comes out all over the place.
2nd and long here. They'll go to the counter. Runs through a tackle. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
From the gun on third down, Sellers. They get to him as he throws. Right side, it's Sellers. Shakes him in, and he might take off. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Hands it off. Looking for a crease. Breaks into the open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's where I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. He's changing the play. Wants to go up top on second down. Throws to the wideout. Left side is Wesco. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. From the gun, it's Johnson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Extending the play. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get...
Makes the catch and he's free. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a fourth quarter lead. They want to run this quarterback. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. Clemson is quick to the line. To the air, it's Denson. They go to the wide receiver screen. And that one did not work.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. On the move. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on third and goal, and it did not pay off.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on fourth and goal. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Clemson. They move on top here in the fourth. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Here's Sellers to throw. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Fires to the tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Sellers to the air again. Throws to the tight end. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Quick give. It's Davidson. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Showing the arm strength down the left side. He's got it! Touchdown, Tiger! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. The old saying is pick your poison. Both of them are lethal when you deal with this guy. He fits that Clemson quarterback mold.
That's what stinks. So, yeah, I got to come up and worry about his legs and make sure I bring a safety down to be aggressive in stopping this Clemson running attack, and then he throws it over my head. So tough to defend when you get all the speed, the running game going, the tempo, and then a quarterback that can run and throw. Good luck.
Throwing Sellers. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. They'll stop play here as they have a look at this injured Gamecock. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
And that's another mistake for this young man. It's one thing to have one or two and miss a throw here or there, but he continues to put the ball in harm's way, continues to give it to the other team, and set his defense up in a bad position. That's 6 picks in 2 games.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Got the 1st down. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to the counter. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. There he got enough space. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Yeah, nice blocking by this offense. Nice job running the football. How about the running back? You could tell he knew exactly where the goal line was. He wanted to get to it. He was fighting to get to it, but goes out of bounds at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. This offense is in great position.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trying to surge it in. And he's in! Touchdown, Tigers! That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Out wide right, it's Bennett. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Sellers. Looking left. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. He's got it. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive.
Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. 4th down, Sellers. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Well, I know when the defense goes back and watches this film, it's not going to be perfect, but that was the stop they needed, right, David? You've got two great offenses going back and forth. You just got to be able to break serve once, and the defense did it here at the very end. No matter how you do it, I know the stats weren't great, but the most important statistic, they get the win.
Get the win, obviously.